up on Cervivor TV, we're toasting to survivorship. Welcome to Cervivor TV. I'm Tamika Felder, and I'm joined with 6-year cervical cancer survivor, Marci Bono. Welcome to the show, Marci. You're a 6-year survivor. Tell me a little bit about your journey to becoming a 6-year cervical cancer survivor.
Oh gosh, where do you start?
Yeah.
Where do you start? I was diagnosed with cervical cancer about a year after my little guy was born. So I was extremely lucky that I had him. Came as a complete shock. Really just everything moved very quickly, very, very quickly.
And what was your diagnosis?
It was adenocarcinoma, stage 1B1.
And you were an oncology nurse at the time.
And I was an oncology nurse from the time I got out of nursing school. So I took care of a lot of women with cancer. Was not familiar at all really with cervical cancer.
But you knew generally the steps of what would happen next. What was that like, living through what you guide so many patients through?
That was difficult because I was always able to advocate for my patients, but I couldn't advocate for myself.
Why was it so hard advocating for yourself? I mean, you've done it for your patients.
You know, you feel rotten, you physically feel bad, you're cut open, you're on pain medication. It's very difficult to stand back and look at what you need to do for yourself.
And now knowing what you now know, being on the patient side of it, what would you tell your patients?
You've got to get that one person that is going to be your backup and your advocate and who's going to talk for you.
What's the one thing you learned from your cancer diagnosis that changed or shaped who you are right now?
Oh gosh, I'm a lot tougher than I ever thought I would be. Much more resilient. I thought I was a wimp before. I thought, oh gosh, it's just so many things, so many things. I thought I was content and happy where I was, and no, it's given me the drive to change things.
You come out on the other side of cancer diagnosis, being a survivor who's happier, being a survivor who is stronger, but you've also come out being a single cancer survivor. You went in married, and now you're not.
Yeah.
What led you to that change?
I just looked at things, looked at my life and my son and things differently than what I had looked at before I got married. I wasn't content with just sitting and staying and just existing. I wanted to do more. And you have to figure out, is this person going to come on that journey with you? And do you want that person to be with you on that journey?
Because things change.
Things definitely change. Everything changes. You know, your body changes. Everything in your head changes. You know, your sexuality changes. You feel very, very different after that. So it impacts a marriage, absolutely. And you come out of it very different.
This new Marci, this happiness, it's also led you to working with an amazing group of doctors who are also rock stars.
Rock stars.
Tell us about N.E.D.
N.E.D is a band of 6 gynecologic oncologists. N.E.D stands for No Evidence of Disease, which is the phrase that the doctors give you when you are considered cured. There is no evidence of disease. So their message is through their music, their original music, that they want to raise awareness for women to pay attention to their lady parts. That acknowledging that everything below the belt has been ignored for so many years. And with them being surgeons and having this musical talent, this was how they were able to get that message out.
And they're really good.
They are really good. Surprisingly, they are really good.
And they're very serious about this. This isn't something.
No. This is
they
not
go
a
on
fly by
tours
night. There are
they
tours
hold-
every few
yeah.
months in the different cities where each of these doctors live. There's one that's in Anchorage, one in New York. There's two in North Carolina. There's one in Washington, and then one in New Orleans. This is all over. They play at conferences. They are working on their third original album. And the music is not about cancer, it's not about women, it's about everything. It's about love, relationships, about loss. And, you know, I will pick up the first album sometimes and listen to a song that has a completely different interpretation for me now than it did 5 years ago, which is what I love about it.
It's the metamorphosis.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Marci Bono.
Yeah.
Here's to survivorship and no evidence of disease. Disease. This is Survivor TV. You can reach us. Patty, be quiet.